To be the main event for Colorado Combat Club, it means everything. I've been out the fight game for a little over a year.
Really, every fight is an important fight, so I'm going into this as if this was my first amateur fight, you know.
Going out there and getting a big win and getting that win bonus, it's going to add to my Christmas, so I'm excited.
I know he's more of a brawler. He has a little bit of a ground game, but nothing too special.
I think I'm going to just defend all his takedowns and see what he got on the feet.
Man, I'm like a diamond in the rough. I don't fold under pressure, you know. We're built under pressure.
Chase your dreams, you could do anything as long as you work hard for it.
Whatever you want to do in life, if you give it 100%, you can really achieve anything that you want to achieve.
Elijah, you got hit hard, but I hit harder. I hope you're ready.
I hope you bring in your best, because December 15th, Friday night, that's what I'm going to bring. So I hope you bring your best as well.
Smith.
And we see another one of our veterans of the Colorado Combat Club cage out there who just gave us a wave over at the broadcast table, who will be defending his LFA lightweight championship next month on, I believe it's January 12th. That is Jacoby Big Toe Jones. Big Toe! But folks, making his way right now to the blue corner, we have a special young talent in the 21-year-old Elijah Swift Smith. Elijah comes to us by way of Victory MMA in Colorado Springs. He fancies himself as a freestyle fighter, coming into the contest tonight with a 3-1 record. He'll be cornered by his dad, Gil Smith, as well as David Payne.
He got half the crowd in his walkout entourage. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's about to get real jumping right now because Robert Trujillo also brought a massive crowd.
Yeah, it's very obvious the crowd is split down the middle. And this is a huge, huge matchup in the local professional scene.
This is about as big as you can get for us here on the local side of things. You know, you have Elijah, who he's Colorado Combat Club amateur champion, has went on. He fought the first few fights of his professional career for Fury FC. Had his one lesson against Junior Cortez, who is a multiple-time veteran of Dana White's Contender Series, also the younger brother of Tracy Cortez. Elijah says that he fights because he wishes to be able to leave a legacy, and you can expect to see the next level from his performance coming into the fight tonight.
Making his way to the cage, Robert Trujillo.
And now, making his way to the red corner, Robert, the real deal, Trujillo. Now, the 31-year-old, hailing originally out of Raton, New Mexico, now coming out of Warrior Built MMA down in Pueblo, Colorado, fancies himself as a brawler, sporting an unblemished 5-0 record. He'll be cornered tonight by Jeff Santos, Gabe Charbonneau, and Jeremiah Archie. But, Josh, he has quite the resume that he's built up throughout the years. He's an 8-time amateur champion. He's won multiple gold medals in fight-to-win jiu-jitsu tournaments. He's the #1 ranked power slap competitor at 155. He was a part of that first inaugural season. And they didn't have a championship for that division initially. He was a part of the show, the whole thing. Went out there, had that spectacular knockout in his last performance. So once they bring that back and have that title on the line for his division, you can be sure that he's probably going back and securing that bag over there too as well. He's fought for us before too here with the Colorado Combat Club. You know, he's a good kid. I like Robert a lot. I like both of these guys. So it's one of those that we just have to sit back and let the action unfold. Because through the years, we've grown so close to some of these guys who have been veterans and have competed for us multiple times that, you know, You hope nothing but health on the outside of things, but when they go in there, we know that these guys are going to bring the war.
Yeah, you just wish nothing but health for them for afterwards. Nothing crazy serious happens, but yeah, you gotta wash your hands of it. Both very good kids, very good people, very good camps that they come from. That's the beauty of this sport.
Both of these fighters are fathers. They look to create a good example for their kids out there, showing them that you can go and pursue your dreams, that you can chase it if you work hard enough. So, that was one of the most heartwarming things that I was able to take away from our pre-fight interviews and part of that video that you folks were able to see from just before they made the walk here tonight.
Whew. This is your main event of the evening.
And our official induction for Aaron Barrow.
This is for the vacant Professional Colorado Combat Club Championship. Ladies and gentlemen in the crowd, the thousands watching at home, ringside, get loud, get drunk, because it's about to go down! MMA Bantamweight division, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in at already 136 pounds on the dot. He is a 2-time Colorado Combat Club amateur champion. He comes to us with a professional record of 3 wins and only 1 defeat. He represents Victory MMA out of Colorado Springs. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Elisha Swift. It is a pony riding out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, and he weighs in at 135.2 pounds. He comes to us with a perfect professional record of 5 wins and no defeats. He is a power slap champion as well. He represents Warrior Belt out of Pueblo, Colorado, by way of Raton, New Mexico. I get you, the real Trujillo.
Yeah, buddy, we are here.
We told you both of these guys bring a crowd.
It's just one of those old school feelings, after school, meet in the yard type fights.
UFC flyweight title challenger Brandon Royval went viral for his comments on that. It's just like you're in middle school, walking to the park, got a couple of buddies behind you. It's time to scrap.
Yeah.
And Elijah is just as his nickname suggests. He is fast. He is swift. He is explosive. But Robert is hard to put away. I mean, he's fought dynamic and explosive strikers like Clay Mata and was in trouble at points of that fight, but was ultimately able to withstand that storm and be able to prevail. This kid is somebody who, if you're looking at just grit, that's what Robert Trujillo is. I mean, you don't have grit if you just go stand there and let someone slap you in the face, right?
Yeah.
And win.
You don't got something.
Win continuously.
Yeah, win continuously. These outside leg kicks are huge for Trujillo right now. And I think this is one of those cases where it's fighter versus athlete, because Elijah is an athlete, but Robert is a fighter.
And a takedown secured by Elijah Smith. Elijah working a leg lace up against the fence.
This
Good
is
head
smart
position
for
so far
Elijah.
from Elijah. And good head positioning right now from Elijah up against the fence. Robert looking to try to recollect guard. And shots to the body softening up a little bit there from Elijah Smith. With the overhook and his arms on the mat, though, that does potentially create some issues from the jiu-jitsu side for Elijah. You know, if Robert is able to swivel his hips, he does have an armbar set up, at least initially.
Initially, yeah. But he's doing a good job keeping head over eyes right now. Robert is definitely trapping that arm.
And as we had mentioned, you know, instead of the armbar, he started to throw up the triangle with that arm trapped. Elijah smart to counter with the half slam, but Robert also let go before he was able to wear the full brunt of that punishing blow. But on the defensive side of things from the bottom here, I do believe that the lockdown from Robert Trujillo is limiting some of the damage or some of the potential pass opportunities and offense that Elijah might have maybe be trying to put into effect.
Yeah, the lockdown, the trapping his arm.
But a couple of big elbows right there as soon as the lockdown was let go.
And that's why. That's why we're holding him still.
And a pass to half guard now. Short time in the round. And through one round of action here in our main event title fight. Have to say that Elijah takes home that first round.
Yeah, based on wrestling control.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're on top for a couple of minutes in the fight, striking was fairly even back and forth. You got to start going down the line of the weighted criteria in terms of scoring, right? There wasn't really a damage situation that was majorly advantage on either side. You could say that maybe a couple of those elbows that landed from Elijah from the top position, those were your biggest scoring strikes.
Scoring strikes, yeah.
But then, because there wasn't a major difference between that portion, right? You then look to the grappling and the control time. If you're in the red corner, what are you offering to Robert Trujillo coming into this second round?
Well, you know what he wants. You know what Elijah wants. And that's the wrestling. So if we can keep it on our feet, you have a better chance.
And the initial takedown attempt stuffed by Trujillo, but Elijah is able to press the action up against the fence, trying to chain together some more wrestling attacks here. That outside trip secured. And overhook from Robert. Trying to work back for that lockdown, but Elijah keeping his legs secured from being in that position again. Head position battle being won right now by Elijah Smith. Might have been a little bit of a clash of heads there. Josh, if you're Robert Trujillo from the bottom right now, what do you need to do to try to get yourself up?
I mean, to try and get yourself up, you want to dig for underhooks and try and get to a hit. But he's banking on the ref stopping the fight. I mean, not stopping, but standing the fight up. Looking for sweeps instead of using a get up.
Short punch from Elijah Smith lands right there from the guard. Also, I think it has to be taken into consideration that it wasn't the easiest of cuts for Robert getting back down to 35 for this fight.
Yeah.
Considering that he hasn't fought in MMA in a little bit over a year, and he was walking around at a heavier weight to be able to have that mass for power slaps. So him getting all the way back down to 35, that may be factoring in a little bit here as far as some of his fast twitch ability to explode, right?
100%. A weight cut takes a huge effect on your power source during the fight. But at the same time, like you said earlier, Elijah's leaving his hands on the mat. So Robert he's slick with it on the back, so he could get a submission.
And ground and pound in motion from Elijah Smith. Recollect there from Trujillo. With that wrist trap that Robert keeps on trying to find on the right wrist of Elijah, don't be surprised, folks, if he tries to creep his left leg up over the shoulder to throw up a triangle. And armbar attempt here from Robert
Second
Trujillo.
armbar attempt here from Robert.
Elijah able to shuck himself out of it, landing punches in the process from the top. And
And
we have blood right now.
Wow. Big shots.
And that is one thing, when you are a bit more of a brawler and you have so many wars that you've been through the years like Robert has, you do develop a little bit more scar tissue, and especially with him having such a pronounced brow line,
Yeah.
that is just something that might wear that damage a little bit more than someone who maybe has a bit of a different facial structure, right?
Yeah, 100%. And some of the shots that are cutting him open now might not cut up someone who doesn't have as much scar tissue.
It's the scar tissue, and it's two, he has very strong facial features, right? So it just kind of leaves it out a little bit more open, but we're at the short time mark here of the second round. And through 2 rounds of action, we could almost be certain that Oscar Martinez is going to call in Doc Alex to check out the cut.
I'll be shocked if this continues. That looks like it's in a bad spot.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of riding up around the eye.
Up.
Selfishly, I would hate to see it end on a
Yeah,
doctor
you don't want it
stoppage
to
in
end
that
like that.
sense, especially given that, someone who's a dog the way that Robert is, he's never out of a fight until he's out of a fight.
Yeah.
But right now, through 2 rounds, it's been Elijah Smith in cruise control almost. He's been doing, and I don't say cruise control in a light sense.
Not in the light sense. It's hard to get those takedowns.
Absolutely. And especially when he's being trapped by the wrist ride or the overhooks, he's finding his damage when he does have the opportunity. But, We haven't seen a lot of attempts from the bottom to be able to get up from Robert, though, just by this other side of that coin.
Yeah, and we're going to allow this to go. Let's go.
And we have some of Robert's crowd asking for it to be stood up, but it's also at the same time, like, you have to kind of have some initiative as well, right?
It's an MMA fight. You don't want it to be there, don't let it be there.
And a couple of big right hands landed by Elijah Smith.
And Rob just stalking Elijah.
Speed is certainly a factor, though, Josh.
Oh, big time, big time.
Because Robert's quick, Elijah's fast. Big punch lands there from Elijah Smith.
Elijah is fast. Like, I've seen fast before, but this guy is fast.
And one thing that I have to say that I also believe is a noticeable improvement from Elijah in this fight thus far is, in a couple of Elijah's fights, getting deeper into the third round, showing signs of fatigue in a couple of fights. But in this fight,
this is not a good one.
and we got time for the eye poke right now.
That's a bad eye poke. That's a bad eye poke.
And he does get 5 minutes to be able to recover here. Josh, though, I will say one thing that I absolutely love about the newly implemented rule as of this last year per the Universal Commission standings out there is that they are going to give you that full 5, and you do have the option to have a towel to be able to wipe your eyes out.
Yes. That's a huge factor in it.
Yeah, once upon a time, it wasn't a situation that you had. You weren't able to use any sort of foreign thing. Maybe you got the doctor's discretion to use something, but now, if you want the towel, you can ask for it.
That's good, because you need something to wipe out that excess moisture.
Strong leg kick offered by Trujillo. Oh, beautifully timed takedown right there by Elijah Smith. Now, Robert Trujillo is looking to potentially formulate that guillotine, but he does not have it. Recollects his guard now.
And that's why Robert was just stalking him, because as soon as he got too anxious and too ready to punch him, boom, Elijah changes levels, double leg on his back.
And that's a kid who's wrestled from the time when he was very, very young. He's a second-generation fighter. So that's just great fight IQ in that instance, right?
Yeah, big time. And like you said, second-generation fighter. He has a great coach, Gilbert Smith, in his corner, teaching him the right ways and preparing him for each and every fight.
One thing that I would love to see, though, when it comes time to his next performance is, my man, you got to get your hands off the mat.
And let's not take our wrestling shots with our knees on the ground. But other than that, Elijah is looking phenomenal tonight.
Yeah, hey, he's had an incredible performance. He said that you could look to see him turn the next level as far as his output and what he's able to display. And I think that we're really seeing that.
Yeah.
And that arm trap, you saw Robert starting to try to swivel again.
And the people at home who don't understand, like, Robert is doing the correct things on bottom to try and set up submissions, to try and set up sweeps. Elijah's just doing a really good job at defending those.
And him being so explosive and fast twitch to be able to jerk up. Armbar attempt there. Nope, doesn't have it. Big shots up against the fence for Elijah Smith.
Oh, and he wants to.
And a little Air Smith. Tremendous fight between our two main event competitors there.
That was great. That was a great main event.
Hey, a gritty performance from each side.
From both sides, yeah. It was no walk in the park.
He said he would stop my wrestling. He couldn't stop that.
I didn't see it.
We had to make it ugly, though. Skirt! Skirt!
And Elijah Smith came right over to the broadcast table and told us that, Robert said that he was going to stop my wrestling. He couldn't do that.
I'll speak from experience. It's hard to stop good wrestling. Elijah Smith has some really good wrestling.
And just no matter the situation, whether it was that speed kills, right?
Speed kills.
And it's not to take anything against Robert at all.
No, Robert, class act, great competitor.
Phenomenal competitor, was in that all the way through. I mean, we said he's a hard dude to put out.
Yeah.
Some of those shots that Elijah landed in, a couple of those big hooks,
Lesser men would have quit.
they put most people out. Robert is an iron will type of fighter. He'll be back.
He'll be back for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, put it together for that main event right there. Sheath Underwear. Ladies and gentlemen, all three of you judges scored this bout the same, seeing about 30-27 for your winner. And new champion, Smith. First and foremost, welcome home, baby. All right. So I have to say, I have had the pleasure of being there for your very first fight. I've been there for all three of your titles. It's been an amazing journey watching you come up, man. I have to say that was an amazing game plan going in there, control the pace, taking to the third round and really exploding because you really didn't know what to find, but you can find the distance what to do there. Man, a perfect game plan. Who came up with it?
Man, I know you see my pops over here with the camera. Man, but I'm a family. Yeah, I just want to thank everybody on the stream who was preparing for this fight. We all want to thank all my friends. I'm happy to program and team on the street. A lot of times I'm still happy. I'm a real deal. Hey, shout out to Factory X, man. Y'all really helped me get off the fight game as well, man. See that? And I can appreciate all the hard work and dedication everybody has put into it. Oh, my number one sponsor, Sheath! brothers. It's just, you know, you still with us in our heart, man. I want to give all the love and peace to your family, man. Thank you. Thank you for all the love and support.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new Bantamweight champion, Elijah Smith.
And just